This is the first section in our videos on looking at uses and dangers of static electricity. Now what we're going to start with is charging and how materials can become charged. Now on this picture we can see a man who is himself an insulator walking along a carpet, which again is another insulator. Now when these two materials rub against each other, you can see here that the man has become negatively charged, and that's because electrons are moving from the carpet onto the man. Now that means that there are more electrons than protons on the man. Now it also means that the carpet has become positively charged, meaning that there are more protons than electrons on the carpet. We're now going to look at how we can remove that charge from the person. So if we look at the same picture of the man with all the electric charge, we can see here that he's still got his electric charge, lots of those electrons, but this time when he touches that metal door, those electrons move from him to the metal door and they are taken away from him. That means that he will feel an electric shock, but that's because the electrons are being moved away. And those movement of electrons, once we're charged, is called discharging. So charging is adding the electrons to start with, and discharging is removing the electrons once we've finished with them. Earthing is the process in which we deliberately discharge charged up insulators. So for example, when we fuel up an aeroplane, we deliberately earth the aeroplane so that we don't get build-up of static electricity. So if we look at the previous picture, the removing of all this charge deliberately is known as earthing. So discharging deliberately is earthing. Now charging and discharging can occur naturally, and one of those naturally occurring charging and discharging is lightning. Now what we're going to look at is a picture of what happens during lightning. Now we can see all this grey sky, black clouds, is where we have a build-up of lots and lots of electrons. Now here along the ground it is more positive than the sky. So what happens is all these electrons look for the positive ground and they move towards that positive ground. Now that means that as they move, they give out this energy as light and sound, and that is why we get thunder and lightning.